Hello, and welcome to today's Western Cinema presents Cowboys and Aliens from 2011. Directed by John Favreau, starring Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, Olivia Wilde, Sam Rockwell, Adam Beach, Paul Daniel, and North Ringer. This is you guys have been asking for it for a while. Hello, Connie. Of course, here is the screening room. As much as we would love to show this here on YouTube, we are restricted by copyright and the guidelines of YouTube. And here's deleted scenes. Hello, deleted scenes. How you doing?
Hello. Apologies for being late.
Oh, no worries.
I was in the middle of something there, and time got away from me, folks. I do apologize. I am currently on my phone. I'll probably have to switch to my laptop here very shortly. Thank you all, of course, for being here. And this is Cowboys and Aliens, starring Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford. A mashup of it's basically kind of basically an alien invasion of Earth during cowboy times, and sports quite an interesting cast. Of course, Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford. Daniel Craig is an outlaw on the run who winds up with a piece of alien tech getting attached to him. He goes into the next town. That's basically ruled by Colonel Dollaride, which is Harrison Ford's character. Kind of rules with an iron fist. He's kind of a land baron type. And aliens show up in town. They take a number of people, including Colonel Dollaride's son. And the outlaw and the land baron realize they have to kind of team up and rally the townsfolk and save the day and rescue the people who've been kidnapped by the aliens. And we also have Olivia Wilde, Clancy Brown, Sam Rockwell, Adam Beach, Paul Dano. It's got quite a cast. So, as I'm sure Bill has already explained, due to YouTube's guidelines, we can't air the film. But if you're joining us live, you can follow along on Cosme. If you have your own physical copy, of course, you can sync up with us at any time. And physical media. It's an important thing, folks.
The today version that I have for us is the extended version.
Oh,
not that I know how extended it is, but this one has a runtime of 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm sure it's probably like a couple minutes extra. I don't know. A few added scenes in there that weren't in the theatrical cut. Anyway, as you see there, the screening room is posted there. And I'm going to load up the screening room and we will start the feature film. Give me a few moments. I'm loading that up right now. Okay, are you guys ready? Here we go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
I do want to remind everyone to please say hello on both channels. Hit the like,
Yes.
check out the stream, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I do want to say hello in the chat to Faithful Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary.
We got the Universal Pictures logo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We also have Lee Arvin with us. Thank you, bro. And we also have Jack's Law 2.0. It is not clickbait. You can go to the top of the chat for the Cosme link. You'll be able to watch the film along with us that way, or not. All right. If you're going to be trolls in the chat, folks, you're going to get bounced. So behave. Mara Kitty, good to see you. Joining us
Hey, Mara.
In the chat.
Jack's Law 2.0. Hey, good to see you, man.
Mm-hmm. Of course, opens with Daniel Craig. He wakes up in the desert. Doesn't know how he got there. He's wounded. He has the alien tech attached to his arm already at this point. He's got the photo of this woman here, and this is going to be a running thing throughout.
He's trying to get off the bracelet with a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody's coming up behind him.
Mm-hmm. I want to say hello in the chat to the Cosme chat to Curtis Selby, the Tired Midnight blogger,
Curtis.
voice of Northern Oklahoma, channel member. And he's now joining us in the chat. Say hello. Well,
He's they have a couple scalps, like they're being Indians.
probably Glanton gang types.
And Daniel Craig starts off in rare form.
Yeah, he
taking out his would-be captors.
Very quickly dispatches these guys. Curtis says, I'll give Daniel this. He's good in fight scenes. Yeah.
Where he loves the dog.
The dog, yeah. Hello to JPRPH1.
Hail, JPRPH1.
And thank you for the raid, Curtis. Yes. Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, when it comes to Daniel Craig, I don't have issue with him as an actor. I just have issue with some of the films he's been in, you know?
Oh, he was great in Logan Lucky. Have you ever seen Logan Lucky?
I haven't, but I've heard it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Of course, this movie spots quite a cast of its own. Keith Carradine, I had forgotten he was in this. Clancy Brown, of course.
Yep.
Walton Goggins, Abigail Spencer. Oh yeah, Abigail Spencer. Yeah, I know. David O'Hara, who's in Braveheart and The Departed. Great cast for this thing that they really pulled together here.
Yeah.
This is one of those everybody in it is somebody movies.
Yeah. Back when movies had, and there were summer blockbusters were trying to be I believe this came out in August.
And some very familiar names behind the scenes as well for this. And of course, obviously, Spielberg is a producer. Ryan Grazer, Ron Howard.
The original release date was July 29th, 2011.
Now, when you get to the screenwriters, you will notice, of course, Kurtzman and Orky, but also Mark Ferguson, Hawk Ostby, who were the writers on Children of Men. And as the movie goes on, I think you're going to be able to tell which writing team wrote which parts of the movie.
Hello, Lady Miss. Hello.
Emoji Queen. This I do like this opening though, because you're kind of you don't really know what's happening for sure. You are learning what's going on as he is. Because of course, his he has lost time, his memory is erased, as people who claim to be UFO abductees, they've all had that kind of in common, lost time, missing memory, stuff like that. And that's basically what's happening here.
Turn into a cut he's got on his abdomen, chest. I got 5 Crown.
Clancy Brown, of course.
Guys, let me know if there's any problems with I'm having internet.
Hearing you just fine on my end so far, Bill.
Okay. Well, but I meant.
And so far, no issues on Cosme that I've seen. Yes, please, folks, let us know if you have any problem hearing us or any problem seeing anything on Cosme.
Lindsey Brown's giving him stitches. Oh boy. Here we go.
And here's Paul Dano's character, who's the son of Colonel Dollarhide, and he's the ne'er-do-well, the stuck-up, entitled
little brat.
Yeah, he thinks he can get away with everything because up to this point he has. He's basically like the spoiled rich kid. And of course, also Sam Rockwell, who's the bartender of the saloon, and he's kind of the guy who kind of has to find his inner gunfighter, because he starts out being kind of cowardly, and then throughout kind of starts to find a pair. kind of a different part for him. He's not usually the jerk. He does it pretty well here. Well, I mean, also, I guess that kind of depends on how you feel about his character in There Will Be Blood, because there are some people who watch that film and think that he's the villain of that film. I don't know. I think that's kind of debatable. But and of course, Daniel Craig is not going to put up with him for a second. Olivia Wilde. Beautiful woman. Crazy, though. Oh, jeez, this is a random dude. Keith Carradine.
You have the guy who was an Indian in the Windtalk.
Have Adam Beach, who's plays a character who works for the Colonel, who also sees himself as a son of the Colonel, but doesn't really acknowledge him. And you're going to notice an interesting through line in this of how alcohol kind of dulls the senses, because everybody's armed, everybody's drunk. It's just like, it's not a good combination, folks. Boom.
And something really scared the shit out of him. Oh, like you go get hanged by lynch mob?
course, it seems that Jake is wanted by the law, and it's the sheriff now coming in to deal with him. No. Yes. Oh. Of course, we get the first flashback.
Yeah, you probably should not taunt him, kid. There you have Colonel Dollahide. A rancher, a cattleman, a landman. This 1883 prequel is weird. He finds a picture of the one that he had in the dirt. Yeah, you're right. Oh, damn.
England.
My mama. Oh, Colonel Dollar Man or the Lynching Mob? Ah, just Colonel Dollar.
And here we go.
The town's under attack. Man, we got bodies flying everywhere. Current timestamp is 37 minutes and 23 seconds. That's a pretty cool device, that wristband. Pretty dead.
We're not done yet.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
So we have the next morning aftermath. Jake's decided to leave. Olivia Wilde's in pursuit, and the townsfolk picking up the pieces. And hello, Ervil Nation. We are watching Cowboys and Aliens, about 40 some odd minutes in, I would say.
Kid in doubt, why not a woman? Here we have the home in where he was trying to be a good man and of his outlaw ways, settling down with this woman. Bunch of gold coins pulls out from a saddlebag. And the gold seems to be evaporating. Hey, Herbal Nation, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? He says, "Ooh, fun." It's always good to see you, Herbal Nation. Get yourself a gun and learn how to use it, kid. Can't we be happy the guy with the big guns back? Delete it. If you're trying to say anything, you are muted, sir.
I'm still here.
Okay. There were two of you for a moment.
Yep.
They come to a what do they call those the boats that are in the river?
Riverboat.
Riverboat. Yeah. And it's upside down. Our now timestamp is 51:41. I still see the Kurgan. Long enough to be creeping about. Nah, because when the aliens check you, you turn into some zombie and then they wipe your mind. Right. You are one big ugly. What you got there, Curtis? Oh. There goes the preacher man. It's better to burn out and fade away. Yes, the Kurgan. Be a man, boy. This 1923 prequel is weird. Oh, did I say that? Did you break my tooth? I think you did. This camp sucks. We're out in the open. Damn, that packs a mean punch. Welcome, Enigma service. Welcome. Aliens know how to rope. And yeah, I'm gonna pissed off alien. One down. Yeah, matching. Our current timestamp is 1 hour, 17 minutes, 52 seconds. He had to love her. He left outlawing to be with her, but yet he needed to go. He robbed from the people. She's dead, Jake. Where's Natty's dead, Jim? Oh, we got Indians, Cowboys, aliens, Indians. This Geronimo sequel's weird.
Happy New Year.
We that kind of naked woman. Ma'am, you don't have any clothes on. How did FKH see 2005, sometimes known as Tim?
Hello to Big Al Presents.
Hey, Big Al! Oh, great. You get a coyote. You need to have a vision. No, this is not the native version of Freeburg, Jim.
Thank you for the $1 super chat.
Wow. That's one way to cremate a person. Freaking laser beam.
Enigma says this Tombstone sequel is weird.
This Star Wars sequel is better than anything Disney has done with it. No, no, Tim, no doubt. We don't mention that here. No dial of dysentery. Bring the rain. Bring the rain and the pain. Our current timestamp is 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 46 seconds. Are rounding about to the third and final act?
Just use your cigar.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Ah,
Doc, get down here!
Frozen zombies. Don't go into the light, Carolyn. Ew, we got alien goo.
snap out of it, folks.
We're at 152.22.
I think you got him.
That's what we call red vapor. Mm-hmm. Way to go, kid.
Yeah, I think you got the point.
We can't go.
Yeah, that works.
No time for spelunking. Got to kill some aliens.
Splat.
You're not gonna probe me again. Don't probe me. Don't probe me, dude.
Chill out.
Well, see, Pa, man gave me a knife and I killed an alien and it had blue blood. Okay, you were always simple-minded.
Percy on the road to redeem himself.
It's coming. Next round's on the dollar.
Just don't be too much of embarrassment anymore. How much is this venture worth? I don't know, Curtis. And that is Cowboys and Aliens. You're welcome, Lady Mist.
All right. Shall I consult the skull?
Consult the skull. Yes.
All right. Cowboys and Aliens was released July 29th, 2011. Estimated budget $163 million, going on to gross $174 million. Here a minute.
Thank you, Igneous Service.
And all right. Filming locations include the Bonanza Creek Ranch, 15 Bonanza Creek Lane, Santa Fe, New Mexico. The Sierra Palone Movie Ranch, 5547 Highway 41, Gallisto, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico, Randsburg, California, and at Universal Studios lot, 1000 Universal Studios Boulevard, Universal City, California. Filming took place between June 10th, 2010 and September 30th, 2010. All right, on to the trivia. Robert Downey Jr., who worked with Jon Favreau in the first two Iron Man movies, was set to play Zeke Jackson, a former who is identified as a former Union Army gunslinger but dropped out due to scheduling conflicts when Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows was abruptly greenlit. Within a month, the character was renamed Jake Lonergan and rewritten to be an outlaw, and Downey was replaced with Daniel Craig. Craig was chosen because of his distinct likeness to Steve McQueen, who starred in this Magnificent Seven. Daniel Craig recommended Eva Green for the role of Ella after working with her in Casino Royale, which we're going to be watching next Saturday. Green turned down the role. And an early draft of the screenplay was written by Thomas Dean Donnelly and Joshua Oppenheimer. This is DreamWorks' third comic book adaptation after Road to Perdition and Over the Hedge. Filmmakers cited Alien and Predator as an influence on the look of the aliens in the film. Screenwriters Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman described the film as unforgiven with aliens landing. Director Jon Favreau added he wanted to maintain the Western tone throughout the movie and not suddenly end up in Independence Day. Jon Favreau was constantly harassed with demands to shoot or convert the film in 3D, but he held his ground, claiming Westerns should only be shot on film. Steven Spielberg screened The Searchers and Close Encounters of the Third Kind for Roberto Orci and Jon Favreau so that they could get the atmosphere of the film. Harrison Ford wanted to go bareheaded in the film and not wear a hat. He is perhaps most famous for his performance in the Indiana Jones franchise, where he wore a fedora. In this film, as this film was a Western, he was convinced to wear a hat. In American Graffiti, Harrison Ford was asked to cut his hair, to go bareheaded with a period haircut. For the film, he refused, stating that his role was too short, and offered to wear a hat instead. What's with this guy in hats? As with most films distributed by Universal Pictures, there is a brief promo after the end credits for Universal Studios. However, the promo used at the end of the movie uses a decidedly 1960s era ad to promote the Universal Studios backlot tour in Hollywood, California. This promo was replaced in 1990 when the Universal Studios opened a second location in Orlando, Florida, and changed its logo. The fabric used to make Ella Swenson's dress had originally been considered for Haley Steinfeld's wardrobe in True Grit, but had been deemed too feminine for that movie. Jon Favreau starred in The Big Empty. One of the last lines of that film, Kelsey Grammer dismisses Favreau's account of the events that had occurred as a tale of cowboys and aliens. Steve Odekirk was originally set to write and direct the film, but dropped out. He received story credit for the final film. The film was in development hell for over a decade, with its conception dating back to 1997. Several big-name actors were attached to the project at various points. Jackie Chan, Robert Downey Jr., Brendan Fraser, Chuck Norris, Kurt Russell, Mr. T, and Bruce Willis, all eventually dropping out or replaced. Directors Joe Johnston, Steve Odekirk, and Ron Underwood, among others, are also attached to the project at various points. It still kind of feels like a movie Ron Underwood would have done. It's very Trummers. Harrison Ford and Olivia Wilde are the only ones in the cast who wear a 6-gun holster for rapid draw in the front with the gun not on the side, like so many movies showing cowboys on the side draw. Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig went on to appear in Star Wars Episodes 7 to Force Awakens. Ford reprised his role as Han Solo, and Craig, a huge Star Wars fan, did a cameo as a stormtrooper. The Dollaride oil lease is east of Jal, New Mexico, on the border with Texas. Per the August 11th issue of American Cinematographer, 3 days of test shooting were done in 3D on the Cameron Pace system. 7 out of 10 weeks of prep were done with 3D in mind before the decision was made to shoot on film in 2D instead. Cinematographer Matthew Lepetique was worried about the size and weight of the 3D rigs and number of cables involved, as well as the difficulty of shooting with the system in the New Mexico desert. Due to poor box office results, a sequel didn't happen. This is the second collaboration between Jon Favreau and Sam Rockwell. They previously worked together in Iron Man 2. It is Favreau's third collaboration with director of photography Matthew Labatique after Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and his fifth with editor Dan Liebenthal, following Elf, Zathura, Iron Man, and Iron Man 2. Dollarhide and Taggart are named after movie villains from Red Dragon. Ray Fiennes is Francis Dollarhide, and Blazing Saddles Slim Pickens is Taggart. When the sheriff pulls Jake Lonergan's wanted poster off the wall, the poster underneath is of director Jon Favreau. This is the only film produced by Paramount Pictures, DreamWorks Pictures, and Universal Pictures and Imagine Entertainment. Set in the 1870s New Mexico territory, the territorial capital would have been Santa Fe, which had a population of around 4,600. New Mexico territory was organized in 1850 after the end of the Mexican War, and it and other areas were ceded to the United States. In the 1870s, the New Mexico territory had a population of around 100,000. Daniel Craig and Walton Goggins, who play fellow gang members, were both in adaptations of Tomb Raider. Craig and Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and Goggins, Tomb Raider. When fired, Jake's bracelet makes a similar booming sound effect from the reactor Iron Man's suit makes in Iron Man and Iron Man 2, both released prior to this film. All three films directed by Jon Favreau. According to creator Scott Mitchell Rosenberg, with Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard both attached to the project as producers, but DreamWorks Pictures and Imagine Entertainment, both respectively owned by Paramount Pictures and Universal Studios, this film would be a joint production. There was, however, a lot of tension and infighting between studios. Universal didn't like its longtime collaborator Spielberg working at Paramount, which would go on to feuding with DreamWorks. When Universal announced a release date, it didn't run it by DreamWorks and thus killed the possibility of merchandising for the film. Rosenberg said the various studio business affairs contributed to the film's underperformance at the box office. This was Noah Ringer's last film role before retiring from acting, his only other acting credit being The Last Airbender, an associated video game. During an interview with the Toronto Sun in 2010, an excited Adam Beach told them, "We just finished shooting Olivia Wilde naked in front of a bonfire in front of 500 Apache warriors. That was beautiful. You won't get to see what I saw, but you'll get a glimpse." When asked by the Sun about her nude scene, Olivia Wilde replied, "Did Adam Beach talk to you?" Adam Beach is the best. "Last night we did a scene where I'm naked in front of a group of a couple hundred Apache. Amazing, pretty interesting." In another interview, she said, "It was kind of strange because I was half naked in front of a bunch of people, including the crew, a bunch of Apache warriors, a bunch of cowboys, and Daniel Craig, who I had to stand in front of basically naked. He had to take a moment to sort of look me up and down before covering me in the blanket." And I was like, this is crazy. Yep. Jeremy Strong auditioned for a role in the film. 4 pairs of cast and crew members were born in the same years, but were separate months apart from each other. 1966. Director Jon Favreau was born October 19th. Toby Huss was born December 9th. 1968. Daniel Craig was born March 2nd. Sam Rockwell born November 5th. 1984. Olivia Wilde born March 10th. Paul Dano on June 19th. Oh, happy birthday. All right. Sam Rockwell's third comic book movie after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Iron Man 2. This is a combination of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly meets James Bond meets The Predator. 17 years before the film's release in 1994, Gary Larson published a 4-side cartoon with the caption, "The often romanticized image of cowboys and aliens," showing an alien flying saucer firing at a fleeing cowboy riding a horse and firing back. Nice. A Southland Ice Company wagon is visible in the final scene. Southland Ice Company was the predecessor to 7-Eleven stores. Final body count 34. Seemed like more than that, but all right. I wasn't counting. Olivia Wilde wasn't actually naked in the campfire scene. She wore a bandeau bikini. While interrogating his work hand, Dollaride says, "Nobody calls me Colonel. Them that did are mostly dead." At the end of the movie, when Dollaride and the sheriff are saying they saw Jake Lonergan die in the tunnel, Jake calls him Colonel as he turns to right away, reaffirming his acceptance of the idea that Jake did die. All right. That is it for the
scrolls.
That is it for the trivia. I didn't do awards. Let me go back and do that real quick. Harrison Ford was nominated for a Best Supporting Actor Saturn Award. Nominated for 2 Annie Awards, Animated Effects in a Live Action Production. Nominated for the Art Directors Guild for Excellence in Production Design Award for a Fantasy Film. Harrison Ford was nominated for a Jupiter Award as Best International Actor. Nominated at the Screen Actors Guild Awards for Outstanding Performance by a Stunt Ensemble in a Motion Picture. Society of Camera Operators Camera Operator of the Year Award for a Feature Film to Peter Rosenfeld. The Taurus World Stunt Awards, Taurus Award Best Specialty Stunt to Brian Brown and Mike Watson. Stuntman do 80 ratchet showing moving horse. In short, getting pulled up off of the horses. Okay. One winner of the Yoga Award for Worst Foreign Actor to Harrison Ford. Fuck off. He's good in the film. Second place at the Golden Schmoes Award for Biggest Disappointment of the Year. The movie's not that bad, guys. It's just too long. Nominated at the Hollywood Film Awards for a Hollywood Movie Award. Well, okay, that narrows it down. Nominated for an IGN Summer Movie Award for Best Comic Book Adaptation Movie. Jon Favreau was nominated for a Variety Piazza Grande Award at the Locarno Film Festival. 3 Scream Award nominations, Best Science Fiction Actor for both Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig, and a nomination for Best Comic Book Movie. All right, nominated for 2 IGN Summer Movie Awards for Best Trailer and Best Poster. As we said, there are 2 versions of this movie. We watched the 135-minute extended edition, and the runtime of the theatrical edition is 1 hour and 59 minutes. So this is 16 minutes longer. All right. That is it. The scrolls are closed.
All right. Of course, next week on here on Western Cinema, we're going to do one Rust. One that neither has been. We're going to give it the old college try. We're going to have a look at it.
Yep.
Ignis says assuming we need more scrolls.
Well, that's all they had.
And we got that coming up. And on Thursday, we got Action Theater with License to Kill, Timothy Dalton.
Mm-hmm. And next Saturday, Casino Royale.
Yeah. An extra dose.
Yep.
One word.
Later on tonight, you can join me for episode 112 of Unscripted. It's just going to be in about an hour and a half or so from now. And it will be the best of 2025 so far. I'm going to be discussing the 6 best movies I have seen so far that I consider don't misses. And some changes that I'm making to my personal rating system. And of course, later on tonight, join me for reserved seats, 12:05 a.m. Eastern, 11:05 Central. And I will be joined by Sin's Corner and Corey of Wilkie's Movies and Music. And we're going to continue the discussion. So that's what I got coming up.
Cool. All right. We'd like to thank you all for being here today. English service, Connie Clary, strong supporter of our channel. Deleted scene on my channel. Lady Mist, Curtis Shelby, the tired midnight blogger. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. JPR PH1. Big Al presents Orville Nation is in the house. Moria Kitty. Jack's Law 2.0. And Dulcimist. Thank you all for coming. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and share this stream out. And we do hope you come back for more. From the Western Cinema Suplex here in Tucson, Arizona. Always remember to be excellent to one another. Party on, and we'll see you on the next one. Deleted scenes. Cute.
And as I say at the end of every show, thank you all once again for being here. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Because this is how we win.